Hey guys, you're rocking out here on 88.9 The Alternation, and right now on the YouTube we have with us Chil, that originated from Kent. I know you guys definitely do know them. We do have a few concerts and we do tweet them a lot. So how are you guys doing today?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. Yeah. I mean, it's raining outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but anyways, we do have a few questions for you. And you guys are also here for 2 interviews, one with me, DJ Zoom, and then one with the captain later on. So,
correct, yeah.
So hopefully you guys are ready for this.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Are gonna be thrown around. So, well, first off, how are you guys doing in general today? Like, just how's
Awesome.
it going?
We can't complain too much. Yeah, Ian's getting over. Is it a cold or what?
Like a flu and a sinus infection. So that's pretty.
He's dying. We're gonna be stuck with him for the next week and a half.
Did you guys say you had a concert tonight?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, tonight we're playing Youngstown.
I've also played a concert with a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
So you're just a trooper. Yeah. All right, we're gonna head right back into the questions that we have ready for you guys.
Cool.
So, when did you know that you wanted to get into music and do what you were doing now?
I think for Ben and I, we started pretty young. We've been a band for 10 years now, and it just started off like listening to records and trying to kind of emulate the sounds that we were hearing at the time. You also started playing guitar. You were what, 9?
I was in 4th grade, started playing guitar, and like after 2 years of getting better, started just being in bands, just from watching like other bands I like. And yeah, not really musicians in the family except for my grandmother. That's about it.
So you say a lot of your inspiration or things like that would be coming from watching other people?
Yeah, just seeing other bands that we like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I can definitely see it. It's like that for a lot of professions. Yeah. If you're just watching what you want to do, you kind of just get the hang of it.
I like that. Let me try it. Oh, I'm good at it. Let's
keep it going. Yeah. All right. So next one was, what are your best memories since starting the band?
Ooh. I think one of mine was the first time we played House of Blues. There's about 850 people there, and that was really, I was a sophomore in high school or something like that, and just walking out and having that many people be in front of you was the most insane thing ever. And that was the first time where I was like, yeah, this is actually like what I want to do as like a career. Like that was sort of the moment for me.
I think my favorite memory in this band is probably the first time when I realized people were singing the songs we wrote back to us. It was like, I think that was a few years back now, but we were throwing in some old stuff like nobody's gonna know this next song, and they did somehow. But yeah, that's just a special feeling, I think. So
yeah, I would agree with Ben's. That's a good one.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I would imagine walking out and just start playing and other people singing their song right back.
It's kind of crazy, especially when we showed up to New York last time too, to have that happen. And I was just like, wow, this is like a thing.
Yeah. All right. So question number 3 is going to be, besides music, what did you think about doing in your future when you were younger? So instead of becoming the band that you guys are now, if it didn't work out, what would you guys have been? Like, what could have been?
I think the cool answer would be there's no backup plan. Yeah. But obviously we're all in college.
Yeah.
I'm studying digital media production, which is like TV shows and films and live stuff, kind of like what's going on right now. Mm. So that's kind of like the worst case scenario.
I actually started off like from the time I was growing up all the way through high school. I thought I was going to go to school to be a dentist, but
I did what?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're learning new things every day.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of like my original game plan, and then music took over, and I started going to school for business because that applied the most to what we were doing on a daily basis. And yeah, we've been kind of rolling on the music thing ever since then.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer because people told me I should be, but now I'm like, no, I just want to do music. So.
It's because you're good at arguing with people.
Yeah.
That kind of gave in right there, so I mean, contradict yourself. All right, but question number 4 is, what does the name Chil, like, what's the meaning behind Chil, and how did you guys come up with it?
Oh man,
it's the first letter of all of our names. Is what I tell people, and then after a few seconds, I'm like, what the fuck?
It doesn't make any sense. Honestly, it's been so long now. I have no idea where the name Chil came from. I know. Yeah, I mean, we had that even before we started the band too. So I'm not sure where it came from. It's been around for so long. I think we just kept the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like something you guys came up with and then stuck with it?
Yeah, somehow
we are stuck with it.
Yeah, we
That's
were stuck with
accurate.
it at this point. That's
yeah,
a great way of putting
It
it.
would be weird changing your name halfway through.
Exactly.
You guys, 10 years now, right?
10 years,
You just
yeah.
had your anniversary, and where was that again?
Yeah, we played at Musica in Akron for
Yeah.
its 10-year anniversary event, which was kind of weird because that was always a really big stage for us. And I remember the first time we opened there, we sold like 20-some tickets to it.
Right.
And to have like 200 plus people show up is kind of nuts, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like it. But and the question number 6 is going to be, if you could do a concert anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Wembley.
Wembley, yeah,
man,
that's
that's
such
a
a good
good
one.
answer.
Oh, I would love to do New York City though.
Yeah.
That's like a big goal for me.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, yeah.
Or just like the worst, shittiest, can I swear?
We'll leave it out.
Basement in like the worst city, like Detroit.
Oh, I can't wait till we go there next time.
But like, come on, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I know Cleveland's no good either. So just like scared the whole time we're playing. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
The house shows are sometimes like the best shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
So like you're talking about more of the smaller?
Yeah.
kind of-
Oh, we've done like
My-
frats and
Yeah. We played a favorite house show was the Castle.
yeah, the castle is
Like
the
this basement was like smaller than this room. They shoved like 50, 60 people down there, and we're playing, and they're this far away from us. Small. It was really fun.
It was a great time though.
All right. Well, speaking of your music, what exactly is the meaning behind the song "Lionhearted"? I know that's a huge song. That's actually the song that I was introduced to you guys when our operations manager shot me your email, and I listened to it. I'm like, this is really good. That and the music video, I absolutely love that one. It just
That was all
looked
him.
unique. Yeah, it was definitely.
Well, the writing process for that song is pretty interesting. We went through like 2 or 3 drafts of lyrics until our producer was like, "You're not writing this song about a girl." So,
All right, fair enough.
Ian, at the time, we had the instrumentation done for that song for the most part, and he just said something like,
I get a gangster vibe, like 1920s gangster vibe.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that song, like the whole album, it's not a concept album, but it's like kind of close sometimes.
Yeah, they were all kind of born out of their own like little story ideas.
Yeah, so basically it's just like a made up like story about how us Chil are part of this gang called the Lionhearted, and we're BA.
Fair enough. Sounds like it, honestly. It's definitely a inspirating song.
Yeah.
Just taking up arms,
That's
trying to go against.
there's just this huge chorus that like when we wrote it, like the dude was like, that's one of the biggest best things you guys have ever done.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird thing. I mean, Austin Bello from Forever the Sickest Kids was always like, I don't know. Yeah, there was always a band that I listened to in high school and stuff like that, and to be sitting in a room with him, he's like, "Yeah, this is like huge. Like you guys did what you needed to do on this one." It was kind of, it's kind of nuts.
All right, and speaking of the song just being an inspiration in general, what was your guys' inspiration to exactly? I know that you talked about that earlier on about like when you were becoming just part of the band, and I know you guys didn't really say too much, but like your inspiration, what kind of brought you up to be the singer, the guitarist, and the drummer of the band?
Like musical wise,
Yeah.
like
Or just inspiration in general.
I think for me, the first time I really wanted to play electric guitar was when Green Day's American Idiot came out.
There you go.
That for me was just like, I wanted to make the sounds that they were making on that CD. I wouldn't sing for the longest time though. My dad actually talked me into it. He kind of conned us into doing that, and he offered to like buy me a skateboard, and I was like, all right, you got yourself a deal. So that's actually how I started singing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother was just like, "I need a drummer for the band," so you're
Just jumped in. You kind of defaulted to it.
it's kind of how my life has gone in general. Just that I really look back on it.
You just get dragged along with
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Speaking of just your guys' inspiration and just coming up from where you started out, what would be your words to upcoming local bands? Because you do know that like we're a big local band
Oh,
and a
yeah.
radio station. We're trying to push other bands up. So what would your guys' advice be to them?
I think my best advice that I can give to anybody is really try and be yourself and find your own sound. We spent a lot of time early on trying to replicate like
Pop punk.
yeah, like pop punk, you know,
Okay.
because that was what we listened to at the time. And I think we were really pushed to just become something that was chill and something that was us and didn't sound like anybody else. And that was the best advice I think I ever got, was don't try and be anybody else. You know, find what makes you and go for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think for some good practical advice, for me, just real quick, like, don't play for free. Get some merch. That's where the money is. And just talk to everyone you know about the band, and then go find people you don't know and talk to them too. That's basically it. Yeah.
Pretty good. Kinda, yeah. Pretty good. Also, well, one thing I've seen is there'll be one guy who wants to start a band, and then he'll force his friends into starting the band, and that works 0% of the time. You have to have people who already want to
Yeah.
be, you know.
It's all about the group of people that you have and the team that you have
So
surrounding.
don't
you.
even like, how cool to be with all my friends and I start. No, don't.
It's not gonna
work.
Yeah.
I definitely can tell you that from experience, because honestly, I did when I was younger want to be in a band
And
originally with
probably
my
went
friends, and that was just like, nope, it didn't work out that way.
So if you're lucky enough to find other musicians that
Yeah.
are your friends or become your whatever, that is a better plan.
Yeah.
Well, that, and I didn't know how to play an instrument, so kind of left it there. All right, so speaking of just playing and just the band in general, what would be your favorite state, city, kind of place where you guys played so far?
Rochester, New York.
You mean outside the hometown, right?
Yeah.
Just anywhere. Just what was your favorite place personally? It could be the entire band or just you guys individually.
I really like playing New York. That's always a good time for me.
Yeah.
I love New York.
I can understand. I feel like
I'm
you
gonna
guys-
have to support the hometown.
The hometown.
Kent.
There you go.
Kent is the best place to play shows.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Akron. I would go with Akron.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Is
Yeah.
there anything special to you guys about the places that you picked?
Just the amount of support that comes
Yeah.
from Akron.
Yeah, it's totally different. Like when you play a hometown show and there's so many people that show up to stuff. Like when we did the No Sleep No Silence release, we were just under 300 people, and it was by far the largest headliner we'd ever been a part of. So for us, it was just like, it was insane to see people who we had never met before, and just coming out and actually like knowing the songs, and it's just a crazy feeling to see like how much it's grown. Because I remember when we were selling 30 tickets, and like that was a really cool thing to us.
And honestly, when it comes to the support, we definitely see it on Twitter, because you guys have people tweeting you all the time, and occasionally I'll see your guys' retweets from your fans, and it's kind of cool just seeing
That's nuts, yeah.
you guys kind of responding to them, because honestly I don't see too many of our local bands doing that with their listeners, but it's cool that you guys kind of got that started.
It's funny. I mean, like people probably over the last 2 years have just gotten really involved with this, and just seeing that response is sort of, I guess, validated for us what we're doing. But it makes it so worth it. Like when you show up somewhere and there's like people that know you, and like you see the same people over and over again, and like we know a lot of our fans like by name, and I don't know. It's just an insane thing to think how much it's blown up, I guess.
Yeah.
But
All right, since starting the journey here as your guys' band, for 10 years now, do you think you guys have grown as like individuals or as a band? Like, and what was kind of that step up? Where did you kind of know that you were growing?
that's a good question.
Like personally, you mean, or just like as?
So it could be either band or personal.
Like as musicians, we've all, like within the last year, we've all changed.
Yeah.
And the year before that, we're completely different. But that's also just because I was 16 when I joined.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But just the way we approach songs and writing and live shows, and even like the way we look, completely different than like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. I think every release you see like the next step,
Yeah.
And I think for us, like personally too, is we all had to get really not used to, but I guess comfortable with the idea that we didn't have to be like anybody else, and we just had to sort of push ourselves and find a way that was going to work for us personally.
Yeah, I think it's a constant evolution, but there have been a couple of jumps in the direction of the band. Like when we got our first producer, he made us not sound terrible.
Yeah.
And then like when we started working with Austin Bello, he changed the way we wrote songs and looked at music, and really broke us away from trying to write a song that sounds like, I don't know, Blink-182 or something like that.
Yeah, because you guys said you originally it was more of a, what was it, punk?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you guys definitely have your own sound now. It's definitely more of a modern rock kind of perspective.
Yeah.
But you guys definitely take a new twist to it.
Definitely.
And even like the new songs we're writing, not that we're writing, right? Or
Yeah, we're right. It's not a secret.
It's not a secret. But yeah, the new stuff that we're working on is
Completely
totally
different
different
than
again.
the
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can tell you everyone here at the station is going to be eager, and especially our listeners out there are definitely going to be eager to hear those too. So since picking up the instrument and just kind of starting, where was that kind of the starting point to push you to start picking up the drum set or guitars or start singing? I know you said something about the skateboarding, you kind of just got dragged into it.
I remember, since I was downstairs in my basement, I was playing like Tony Hawk or whatever. And then my brother was on the computer and he was watching My Chemical Romance music video. I think it was Helena. And I was like, what is that? I've never seen anything like that before. And then I'm here.
Snowballed.
Yeah, again, for me, it was like, it was that first, like, time I was really exposed to Green Day. And I was just like, that was the thing that I wanted to do from that point on. You kind of got the other side of it, because you were, I mean, like, you were always doing music stuff. We just, like, never had any idea that it would be a band or anything until we were older.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I remember we like pretended to be musicians when I was really little, and I would pick the drummer for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when Nick started learning how to play guitar, it just came up where it was like, well, if I started learning how to play the drums for real, then we could form a band, and that's kind of how it happened.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, going on from there, what is we started at the meaning of Lionhearted, and then your guys' next biggest song for us here at the station would have to be Hiding from the Wolves. What exactly kickstarted that, and what's the meaning behind it?
Very similar to Lionhearted.
Yep.
I just had that riff idea, and then kind of built the rest of the music off of that, and we just kept going with that criminal vibe.
Yep.
And that's like more of a Bonnie and Clyde type story,
Oh, okay.
where they take all their valuables or gold, and they die.
Well then.
They don't want anyone to have their gold. So it's just another story.
Yeah, No Sleep, No Silence for us was definitely learning about how to storyboard a whole song and just kind of jump in and get really detailed with like what we could do with lyrics and what we could do with the song instead of just like
Girl.
yeah, it
Nothing
just
wrong with girl songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we just want to do something different.
I think for No Sleep, No Silence, it was the first time we'd written a song that couldn't conceivably be like about our lives.
Yeah.
And that was a big step for us. Hiding from the Wolves itself, what really separates it from Lionhearted is just like the two-person partnership thing. And musically, obviously, it's got a lot of different stuff going on, especially with the transition into like 50 beats per minute drop or something like that at one point. Oh man,
that was such a big decision for us, like in the studio when that came up. Yeah.
When Ian and Austin told me about that, I nearly fell off the couch when they said it was going to be
It's like,
50.
we were just like at the computer, we're just doing it, and we're just like, what if we just like take the tempo, we just we go downstairs and tell Ben, he's like, we're like, Ben, we dropped the tempo like over half. Yeah. He's like,
definitely turned into something great. So I mean, there's no worries behind that song there. Okay, but moving right along, going into more of your guys' lives. Where do you plan to be in the future? Do you like staying as a band? Because I know we've had a lot of local bands kind of break up, kind of die off. But you guys are doing great. You guys are on a great track. Where do you guys plan to be?
No idea.
I think we got another 10 years in us.
I fully intend to take the band to full, like, let's say world touring, professional level. That would be good for me.
That'd be cool.
That'd be an acceptable level. Yeah. No, I think for us, it's just we keep seeing it grow and grow, and there's no end in sight, really.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, that's good to hear, especially for the listeners out there. Yeah. So, all right. So, and then later on, just kind of kickstarting the whole band thing. How did you guys all meet?
Oh.
Well, we're brothers, so we met each other pretty early on at a very young age.
Oh my God, we met cousin Jonathan.
That's true. Yeah, so I actually met Ian while Ben and I were going to. It was like what were you guys doing? It was like a music school thing up there, right?
Like practice. Like there's this house that this band. My brother was in that band actually.
Oh yeah.
We just practiced at this house, and then one day, like Jonathan, this man.
he was 30, yeah.
He's 30, we call him a kid because he's
a kid at heart.
And he was like our producer or whatever. He just helps us be better. He sucked. And he was there, and then there was just these two kids there one day, and it was these guys.
Yeah.
And then why were you guys?
We showed up because he wanted us to come like see all the other bands that were playing, you know. And we were working on the first CD at the time.
I thought Jonathan already was like, you should get Ian for the man.
Yeah. Ian was playing in another band at the time, and our producer was like, you guys got to come see this kid play. So we sort of showed up and, you know, scoped him out, and
we being scoped out.
Yeah, we did it very stealthily, you know, like
it was like a college scouting a football player.
Oh no, it was exactly like that because I mean at the time we were halfway through recording our first CD.
Yeah.
And we needed a guitar player to go out and perform like when the CD was coming out in the fall.
I was on the CD though.
Yeah, you were?
May I add. Very small print at the bottom on the back says Jonathan Beveridge assisted by this kid Isaac Bixel and then Ian.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So speaking of just you guys growing up in general, being kind of really close in a relationship, being a band, what would be the band's favorite song? Or the most fun writing also?
Oh, the most fun writing.
The most fun.
Not going to be off.
The most fun writing was Light Up the Dark.
Yeah.
No.
So do you mean like agree on one song?
For the band, that's one question. Like as a band, what do you guys all agree on?
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah. If you ask us even on a different day, we're all going to tell you like different songs we like.
Well, I can tell you what Nacy would say.
What's Glass House? Yeah. I love Glass
fair.
House. That's my go-to song.
That is a very important song.
Yeah.
Because of how different it was for us.
Yeah, when we sat down and we started making Glass House, for us, I think as a band, sort of realized that we had the potential to do something in a more like pop direction without it being like cheesy radio pop, you know?
So like EDM maybe.
Yeah.
And Ian at the time was listening to a lot of that, like
Still am.
exactly, just like EDM and like you listen to Travis Scott and all that sort of stuff, and
And the new little Easy Bird song, anyone on? Nobody, okay.
but yeah, it sort of just all came together with that song, and that wasn't a rock song, you know?
Yeah, we had the structure and the lyrics all recorded and out, and we had some like electric guitar tracks that could fill in some of the what do I want to call it, like the space. But we were like, well, we could take some of that out and replace it with electric stuff. But there was a moment when we had to make that call, and we just decided to take the risk on it.
So last two questions that we have for you guys, and we were talking a little bit about this before, about your tours and you just going to these different places. What is the craziest thing that has ever happened on your guys' tour?
Can't say that on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What's the most appropriate that's happened on tour?
I don't know. giving away all his money.
Ben getting robbed. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a great story, but basically a guy. Yeah. I'll keep it brief.
Yeah,
he was like, he said something about murdering a homeless man and that he needed money. So like, I gave him money and he said he was like glad he didn't have to murder tonight. I was like, okay, cool.
You guys are.
You would just go home.
Yeah.
Basically gunpoint.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, like, you meet a lot of we got hugged by a homeless guy. Was it the same? Oh no,
He was nice.
it was before.
Hey, there was a guy just standing outside this venue.
Yeah.
In the back, just standing for like 8 hours.
Really?
Just standing.
And yeah, we
Kept
came out.
walking by.
Yeah.
And he just like was like, "You guys doing? You guys trying to jump?" I'm like,
We're not gonna jump you. No.
The van's back here. He's like, "Oh, come here."
He just hugs both times.
Just something.
Yeah, there's just like a bunch. We had a show get shut down by the police one time because the singer from the headlining band had some sort of like death threat against like him and his
Oh, yeah.
family.
Like
I guess there's like a bunch of like gang violence like in
Somebody's
that
coming
area.
to kill him.
Yeah, so they no joke cleared out this entire venue that we were
There was
playing.
like 4 cop cars rolled up and like the venue owner.
We were standing out. Stop! Yeah,
I'm like, well, we already played.
we already played.
Holy shit.
We're back to the hotel. Like,
Also, I remember what you were referring to earlier. So yeah, that's good.
oh yeah, no, yeah, but
It's
yeah, honestly, like when you travel like that, you just meet a lot of like awesome people, but at the same time, you just have like these weird run-ins, like the gas station thing with the pretzels too.
What was
Do you
that?
remember that with the seagulls or whatever? Okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, no, you just like there's just a fair share of weirdness that comes along, but like at the same time, it's just awesome to be able to like travel with your friends and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's a strange thing. It really is.
Now, moving on from the craziest, what is the best thing that's ever happened? Appropriate.
I think, oh man, for me, playing Kentucky for the first time was kind of it was a surreal thing because it was our first traveling show. I had just graduated high school, and it was like a week after. You just kind of go from being a student to thrown right into playing shows and actually doing this and making money.
Yeah.
The best thing like about a show like is the show,
The actual
like
show.
playing. So
Yeah,
like what he was like, how was last night? What was the most fun? I'm like
playing the show.
like the 30 minutes we're on stage. That was it.
Yeah.
And then hanging out after is always fun.
Oh yeah, going to get food with other bands, stuff like that's always fun.
That sounds fun.
As long as you don't get robbed outside.
I'm sure it won't happen again.
All right. Well, it looks like that's all the time that we have here asking Chil these amazing questions made by our social media director, Nathan Fabnak. You can follow almost all of us on Twitter. I know, Chil, you guys have your Twitter. You want to go ahead and give that handle out? You guys know it?
Yeah, it's Chill Rock Band on everything.
Everything, including
There you go.
chillrockband.com.
And then I am
And Snapchat.
88.9_Zoom. So if you guys want to follow us. So thank you guys once again for coming in. and
Awesome.
doing this
Thank you for having
interview.
us.
And we will have them in occasionally for them to do live interviews. And hopefully we'll be hearing new songs from them soon. So thank you guys once again.